Welcome to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that affects all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Brandy Lawrence, and today we're joined by another distinguished guest. Today, Jill Moorfield, from the Director of Beckley Events, joins us this morning. Thank you so much for coming to see us on the forum.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Beckley Events is pretty, self-explanatory, just everything that's going on in Beckley. What inspired you all to really create something that was just cumulative to let everybody know what's going on at any given time with Beckley?
Well, it's part of the city of Beckley. My position is, but we have a committee of volunteers from out the community and then a lot of the different departments in the city, and we just plan events throughout the whole year, getting ready to start in a week or so with the coffee and tea celebration on April the 22nd. It'll be from 11 till 2 in downtown Beckley, and this will be our third year. We did it once before COVID and once after, so we're excited to as it keeps growing, it's going to be a great event.
Awesome. And obviously coffee and tea, we can expect that. So what other type of things could people expect out of the...
Well, there'll be plenty of coffee and tea, and there'll be some food trucks and food vendors. There'll be some other vendors there. We've got a great music lineup. We're going to start with Susan Ketron, which she has a program here on WOAY, Inspiration Time. So she'll kick it off at 11 o'clock. Then at 11:30 we have Cameron Lawson, who was just recently on American Idol. He made it to Hollywood. So we're really proud of him, and we're going to feature him. We also have a young group of 4 youth that perform called Seeking Altitude. And then we have from Mount Hope, we have the Mount Hope Regional Band, which has been a growing band over the last few years, and they play from patriotic music to pop music. So we're excited to have them. And then we end with the Untrained Professionals, which is a very popular duo in our community. There's also activities going on. I know that the Raleigh County Veterans Museum is going to bring some displays that explain the history of coffee and tea as it relates to the military and veterans and things like that. So that'll be interesting. We'll have some cornhole set up and probably a game. I know 103CR is planning a game, and there's also a car show. So this is the first time we're adding a car show to it. We're going to have that along Main Street. A lot of the vendors will be from Neville Street, from Woodlawn up to Heber, along Heber over to Shoemaker Square, and partially up Main Street, and then the rest of the way from Main Street will be the car show. So we're excited. We've got probably 20-some vendors that's doing coffee and tea, but there's like 30 vendors in all, or booths in all. And hopefully it'll be a great day. And like I say, in addition to coffee and tea, some of them are selling baked goods, sandwiches. Let's see, I've got the list here. Let's see, there's espresso mocha cake pops. And there's other types of food that'll be there as well. So you can come up and have lunch, enjoy some music, just socialize. And then we have some other booths. Foam and Fun will be there, Burns Booksellers, the Women's Club, the Prevention Coalition, Piney Creek Watershed's going to be there. We've got a few vendors selling other products like tumblers and mugs and earrings, and so we're really excited. We've got some of the key coffee and tea vendors like the Chocolate Mousse and Hilltop Coffee, Hebrews, Fruits of Labor downtown. They're getting ready to open a coffee shop and pizza shop in the basement of the cafe there, so they're excited to be a part of it. The Shakira Manikai that's opened recently on Main Street, they kind of specialize in teas and bubble teas, so they will be open as well. And then we have some like trucks that come in, like Tea Time's got a new vendor truck, Glade Creek Coffee Company will be there, and several other vendors. So we're, just come on up and enjoy it. If you want to sample tea, tickets are for $5. You get 5 sample tickets and a People's Choice voting coin, so you can vote for your favorite. We give the top 3 awards out at the end of the day. So we hope that everybody comes out and enjoys.
I know I'll definitely be there. So
Great.
yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. And you said this is the third year. What was the inspiration behind like doing an event like this in Beckley?
Well, we have a lot of summer and fall events, and we really didn't have a spring event to kick off everything. We usually would kick off things like with the Rhododendron Festival in May. We wanted to do something while the WVU Tech students were still in session, so we thought an April event, and you know, they like coffee and tea, so we thought that would be a good thing to try to attract some students over and do something for them.
Wonderful, wonderful. And like the businesses that got involved with this, how can they reach out to you all, and like if they want to be vendors or they want to be involved in an event like this?
Well, I've already turned the list into the health department if it's a food vendor, so we're kind of full that way. We have a lot of other events throughout the whole year though, so they can look at the Beckley website, which is beckley.org. Click on the Beckley Events tab, and then that brings up our schedule of events, and at the bottom there are a list of different vendor forums, and there's one that's like a general one that talks about all the events, but you know, we can talk about some of the others that are coming up too. The sweet tea will be the next, not sweet tea, comparing to sweet treats will be the next one, part of the Rhododendron Festival that's coming up in May, and then we have several car shows throughout the summer. And then at the end of the summer, we have the Appalachian Street Fair and the Kids Festival and Chili Night. Those are kind of the big ones.
And with the Rhododendron Festival, I know that that's kind of been a big thing, you know, a standard, you know, in Beckley. What was really I know it's our, you know, our state flower and things like that. So what really inspired you all to create an entire, you know, event around, you know, this wonderful, beautiful flower?
Well, back in the 90s, the Beckley Junior Women's Club actually started the Rhododendron Festival and held it for several years, and then it kind of just went away. And so several years ago, we decided to bring it back because we needed a spring festival. We've got the beautiful rhododendrons all throughout the, you know, the area, and we wanted to celebrate them. And then just kind of package things that were already going on in the community, and then add in some rhododendron things to it to create a festival. It's really spanned the whole month of May. We probably should condense it to a couple of weeks, but we kicked off that event the first weekend with our regular monthly full moon. We call it Sunset Full Moon Walk and Ride on the McManus Trail. That will be on May the 5th. At 8 o'clock. We normally meet every month from like March through December or November. Sometimes we don't do the winter months. We meet down to 3rd Avenue. We call it the Art Park on the McManus Trail. And we do a group walk. We usually have an officer with us and everything, so it's very safe. And we walk usually 2 miles, and then they ride probably more than that because they ride all the way out the trail. So we encourage people to come out and do that for us. We have a good time. We talk about what events are coming up and just things that are going on in the community, and just have a good time. So that kind of kicks off the weekend, and then they'll be doing one. They've started doing them also out at Grandview, and so they'll be doing that the next evening. They'll do one at Grandview. And then, so you've got the list over there. Then we've got the Sweet Treats Festival. We do that with the Emergency Preparedness Group, so you can learn all about how to be prepared for any emergency. A lot of the local emergency groups will be set up there. Sweet Treats is like a dessert festival, kind of like what the Chocolate Festival was just in Lewisburg. We do it as a fundraiser for the United Way of Southern West Virginia. Kind of set up like coffee and tea. We're $5. You get 5 sample tickets and a voting coin. This year will be featuring some youth performers. I've got a few lined up, hopefully to get a couple more before we get there. The event's from noon until probably 2:30 or 3 o'clock. We're going to open that event with a group of youngsters from the New Hope Baptist Church. I think they do a lot of praise music, and they're doing some fundraising to go on a trip this summer, and so we're excited to show off that group. And then at 12:30 we have Woodrow Wilson High School's choral and theater group, which this year they did The Little Mermaid, and we're real excited to have them perform at 12:30. Then who do we have at 1 o'clock? We have the How Great Their Art Theater Group, their youth. You know, they do a lot of the Motown, and this year they're doing Soul Train, they do some gospel. So they've got several youth that perform during it, so we're going to highlight them during that half hour. And then we have a group that's called the Beckley Children's Theater Ministry, led by Gail Oakes, who is now the new director of Theater West Virginia. So her group, they're getting ready to do, I think this weekend, a show into the woods. So they do, you know, a drama every year, and so their kids will be featured then. And then, like I said, we'll have several dessert vendors, some other food trucks, and activities. And so we're hoping for a beautiful day on May the 13th. It's the day before Mother's Day. So bring your mom out for some sweet treats and see some youth perform, and just, you know, hope you come out.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun, and you know, for everybody, you know, something for everyone. Especially the music and art scene, I really love that. You know,
great. Well, when we liked them for that one, last year we did it with the Bill Withers Festival. They decided they wanted to have their own day and didn't want to do that, so they moved their event till July the 8th. So one more day downtown to have something to do. So, and they'll feature all the different groups that's celebrating Bill Withers, who was born and raised in our area.
Definitely. And, you know, growing up here in Beckley and things like that, you're always looking for something to do, and like you're really keeping, you know, everybody packed down with things to do, and like to really not only, you know, have something fun to do, but immerse themselves in like West Virginia's culture. So that's really awesome.
Thank you, thank you. And then, you know, there's so many things going on. All you got to do is try to plan an event, and you'll find 5 other things going on in the community. There's lots of organizations that plan events, but you know, we're blessed to be able to do what we do, and so we've still got several more weeks of Rhododendron Festival to talk about. I think next on that schedule is at the library, the 16th.
The 16th, yes, the painting class at the the library.
The Raleigh County Library will be doing a painting class with probably a rhododendron theme. They're also, during that month, they're going to do some activities with kids. They're going to let them paint wooden, looks like wooden rhododendron, and they're going to put them in their garden there. They're also going to do an event with Legos, that they create a garden out of Legos. So check out the Raleigh County Library to find out more about that.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And then the next weekend, the 20th, will be Founders Day. It's an event that the Raleigh County Historical Society and the city put on together at the Wildwood House Museum, which was the home of Alfred Beckley, the founder of Beckley. And so there's usually some reenactors there. Might be a carriage ride, there might be some snacks, and you know, they're tours of the house. Plus, they go over across the street to the cemetery and talk a little bit about the founding fathers that were buried over there. And so, you know, it'll be a great day. There's also an event that Shade Tree Car Club's doing. They're having a car show at Little Beaver State Park that day. So it'll be a busy day. Then on that Sunday, the 21st, we invite people to take their Sunday drive and go to Grandview, because that weekend the rhododendron should be in full bloom and be absolutely beautiful. The National Park Service will have a couple of guided, park rangers will guide a couple of walks around Grandview to learn a little bit about the nature of the park. So that'll be at 3 and 4 o'clock on the 21st of May.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we have to wrap up our first half, but before we go, can you plug the phone number and the website for Beckley events so people can keep up with what's going on?
Sure. Our number is a patriotic number. It's 304-256-1776. The website is beckley.org, and you can click on Beckley events. We also have a Facebook page, Beckley Events, and we share our events as well as a few other events going on in the community.
Awesome. All right, and that wraps up our first half. Come back for the second half, where I speak more with Director Jill Moorfield of Beckley Events about what's going on in Beckley. Welcome back to Sunday WOAY Community Forum. I'm here with Jill Moorfield. She is the Director of Beckley Events, and we're talking about some upcoming spring events coming to Beckley. And before we went to break, we were talking about the Rhododendron Festival, just finishing up talking about the Grandview Walk. And I think we were leading into the Saturday, May 27th with like the car show and things like that. So what kind of things will be going on there?
Yes, we'll have the Rhododendron Car Show that will be at the Beckley Intermodal Gateway. And, just encourage everybody to come out to that. It's from 4 till 8. If they want to register a car, it's just $10. And then we end up where everybody will get a little challenge coin that has the Rhododendron logo on one side and the city's logo on the other side. We'll also be, judging different categories for awards. Really excited about the duo or the little band that's going to come for that. It's Jack and Davis Reed. They are the grandsons of the Statler brothers, so they'll have a lot of stories and play some of their songs as well as some of their own. And they're coming from Staunton, Virginia, so we're looking forward to hearing them perform from 5:30 to 7:30. Before that, some of the shag dancers might do a little demonstration, because after the car show, they're having a shag dance at the Woman's Club. So invite people to come up. Not only, we used to call it the Rhoda Boogie, the car show. So you come up to the car show, enjoy music by Jack and Davis, and then go to the Woman's Club. And if it rains that day, the band will be over at the Woman's Club earlier, so we'll still have them here and have something to do that day. And hopefully it won't. Hopefully it'll be pretty weather, and people can come out and enjoy the last weekend of the Rhododendron Festival. During the month, if you got a great photo that you want to enter in our contest, Active Southern West Virginia hosts a contest, and I think there's a hashtag there of, it's over at the very side of who, where to send the photo to. There'll be a special page. And then we usually have a contest by who has the most likes, and then that photo ends up in the brochure the next year, and they win a little prize package. So, and then also the Rhododendron Festival has some royalty. So there's a pageant, but the pageant's actually after coffee and tea. Oh. So it's you get the Queen's crown before the event. So we'll have that as well.
It sounds a lot of fun. And anybody out there that wants to participate in the photo contest, you will just submit a photo of your rhododendron on Active Southern West Virginia's Facebook page with the hashtag West Virginia WV RhodoFest 23 by May 27th, that last day.
Yes.
So that sounds like a lot of fun. Any photographers out there, grab your camera, go take a picture of some rhododendrons and get in here.
It's for amateurs too, so
yeah. So enthusiasts as well.
Yes.
So let's see, some other things going on in Beckley. During the break, we were talking a little bit about Fridays in the Park. I was telling you how my mom loved Fridays in the Park. So for the people out there, what does that entail? The people that aren't
Fridays
interested.
In the Park has been going on for over 30 years. So it's their lunch concerts held at Word Park. Every Friday in the summer, June through August, from 11:30 to 1, and we usually have a few food vendors there, food trucks and vendors set up, so you can come out and have your lunch and enjoy some music. And we try to cover all the genres throughout the summer. So kicking off on June 2nd, we've got Dave Runyon. He plays a lot of oldies and pop. And we've got June 9th, Jay Milam. June the 16th, Billy Payne, he's country. And now, then it gets a little bit, I've got a lot of things scheduled, but some of them might move their dates around. So I'm not going to put any more out there yet. You just have to follow, watch for the list. It'll be on Beckley Events and also on our website as soon as we get it together. But we have a lot of different things during the summer, from blues to jazz to bluegrass to Christian to folk. And we'll have a dance day, so we try to do something different every week. So you never know what you're going to see, but come on out to downtown on Fridays between 11:30 and 1.
Definitely, sounds great. And if there are any musicians out there that will be interested in maybe performing that, would they need to reach out to Beckley Events?
Yes. And I only have probably a couple of openings left on that, so it's going to fill up soon. I usually have it filled by March, so I don't know. I'm a little behind this year, but it's okay. I'm trying to figure out whether, I know the Boy Scout Jamborees this summer, and a lot of times we've had their national band, but since COVID, I don't know that they've come out and done public performances anymore, so I've got to find a contact there and check on that one.
I'm not sure, but I do have a feeling they'll probably be back this year. So I think that'll be a possibility for you.
That'd be great.
And in the first half, we talked a little bit about the Bill Withers Memorial Festival and how that kind of coincided with the Rhododendron Festival, but now it's kind of been split into two.
Yes.
Will it kind of be offering the same sort of kind of feel with the food trucks and, music and things like that?
Yeah, there'll be several food trucks there, I'm sure, and merchandise. You can get your Bill Withers T-shirt and things like that. And Matt Mullins puts it together, and he does an awesome job of really getting some of the best performers probably in the state down to be a part of that. And we just really appreciate everybody coming out. And we're trying to raise funds for the statue of Bill Withers that Pastor Hightower has sculpted. We need money to have it bronzed, and then the Beckley Intermodal Gateway will become the Bill Withers Plaza, and we'll be able to add some things to the plaza to make it really special and make it an attraction for our community. And so then the music can go on year after year.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
And if anybody's interested in contributing to that, Beckley Area Foundation has set up a fund just for that, and you can go to Beckley Area Foundation and find the Bill Withers Memorial Fund and contribute to that, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, that'd be great. And I think that make the festival even greater, because you have the statue of the person that you're celebrating right here. So that's wonderful. And let's see what else we've got here. It seems like you have a couple of different car shows going on as well, but the Beck's Art Week, what does that entail? Is that like...
There's a group of young local artists that started that a few years ago, and it's just a week to celebrate the arts, so there'll be all kinds of different activities planned, and they're just getting their schedule together now of that, so we're looking forward to it. Also working with them in the Beckley Art Group on some murals and public art this year down at the McManus Trail. Actually, starting this week, the Woodrow Wilson High School's Art Club's working on one that really has a West Virginia theme to it. It has the outline of the state and some rhododendron and other icons of the state that'll be on. That'll be really beautiful. The 4-H clubs are going to work on one that's like a seasonal tree. We have another artist that's going to do a waterfall, one that's going to do an owl. So we're hoping to kind of fill up that little art park area at 3rd Avenue on the McManus Trail this summer with lots of great murals.
That sounds great. And for the Beckley events as an organization, if anybody wanted to, anybody out there that would be interested in helping you all out, is there anything that they could do, like volunteer with you all? Or
Definitely. Welcome to be part of the committee. The committee usually meets on the 2nd Thursday of the month at lunch. If you can't get away for that, but just want to help with a special event, let us know. We always need people to help direct cars to line them up, or help booths find their location downtown, or different things like that. I mean, we could always use some volunteers, so we really appreciate that. Hoping to have another youth council this year. A lot of times we have the youth council, and we usually have 5 to 10 young folks from the age of 14 to 18 that come out and try to learn the ropes of planning events and coordinating them. So we look forward to that too. So if you have anybody that would be interested in that, to keep on the lookout. We'll probably be taking applications here real soon.
Wonderful. And does the youth council, will they, do they suggest any events or things like that?
We always ask them, what would you like to do, or would you like to have a booth here, or would you like to be in the parade? And sometimes they have some really good suggestions. So we'll look forward to seeing what young people would like to have.
Yeah. We might have a much fuller schedule. And another thing of interest I've seen here, I didn't get to go last year. I really wanted to, but the Honey Festival. coming up.
The Honey Festival is actually organized by the Raleigh County Beekeepers Association in conjunction with the Beckley Exhibition Coal Mine. It's held in August every year. I think it's the 19th this year,
Yes.
From 10 until 4. And they have, all the people that sell honey in the region's usually there. They have a little tasting where you can taste each one and pick out your favorite. They have booths that have products that are made from honey, like chapstick kind of things, and different items. They usually have activities at the Youth Museum for the kids to do, and special rate to go underground that day. And then there's usually some other food vendors there as well. And so mark that on your calendar for August.
Will there be any honey vendors at the Beckley and Tea Festival?
I was hoping so, but I don't know that they will have any. Possibly Glade Creek might have some with their booth. But a couple of the others that had participated in the past aren't going to be there this year. So
I feel like that would be a perfect, combination.
It would be.
I love honey in my tea.
Yeah.
So.
It's not really the time of year, because the honey comes in more later in the summer, so they'd have to have some product probably from last year to be able to do that.
Yep. Oh, well, we are wrapping up here on our today's community forum. If you could one more time, give the contact information to the people so they can find Beckley events.
Sure. Telephone number is 304-256-1776. The city website is beckley.org. Click on the Beckley Events tab for our list of activities and vendor forms. And then we also check us out at Beckley Events on Facebook. There's also a calendar at beckley.events that if you want to add to the community calendar that the Chamber and Cucumber put together, you can add events there as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Jill, for being here.
Thank you.
Learned so much about Beckley events. And thank you all for joining us this Sunday. Come back next week where we speak to another distinguished guest about everything that's going on here in Southern West Virginia. Happy Sunday.